it's been a while since you last saw me. The last vlog that you saw me in wasn't too long ago, but it's actually been a while since that vlog because my last vlog was for my birthday, October 23rd. Woo! And today is Tuesday, November 12th, because I have been in a pit of despair. But I have some updates for you because I've been reading, I've been buying books. I have books that I want to read for this vlog, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get into book stuff. First of all, a book that I read recently that I loved and adored and holds so precious to my heart is Belladonna. I finished Belladonna and I love her. We're talking about fantasy, macabre, falling in love with death. It's so perfect. It was great. It was a great spooky read as well. I read this like around Halloween. I think I finished it at the beginning of November though. But it is really good. The visual storytelling is perfect and I really enjoyed it. So I want to continue the series, move on to Foxglove. It was really, really good. Anyways, moving on, I think I talked about how I got this book for my birthday. I read this book because I was really excited to read it, and that was Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. I really liked this book as well. I had only read one other Riley Sager book, which was House Across the Lake, which I don't think I ever talked about in a vlog or anything, but I really liked that one. I like this one a little bit more. I think I gave House Across the Lake 4 stars. I gave this 4.5 stars. It was really good. It was really good. The setting was really good. The characters were really good. The twists were really good. It was a really good read. I definitely recommend it if you like thrillers, if you like mystery. It was good. And it kind of broke my heart a little bit at the end. I was about to cry. So moving on, those are my most recent reads. I also took a trip to Barnes & Noble recently because I wanted to go to Cheesecake Factory because I had a free cheesecake slice for my birthday. It was delish, and I went to Barnes & Noble because it's right there, and I love buying books. So I got my haul. So the first book that I bought, which, I mean, I had to, because I mean, why wouldn't I? Was this paperback Fourth Wing with the sprayed edges. I haven't read Fourth Wing, but you know, like, it's popular. Like, everybody loves Fourth Wing, right? I mean, most people love Fourth Wing. So I was like, you know what? I need to get on the Fourth Wing train. And when I saw this beautiful sprayed edge, I was like, well, this is the time. This is the time to do it. So I do plan to read Fourth Wing. When? I don't know. This was not part of my plans. This was not on the list of books that I went to Barnes & Noble for, but when I saw it, it was going to get bought. So I bought it. The next book that I picked up was If We Were Villains by M.L. Rio. I've been wanting to read this for a long time. I, once again, saw this version, beautiful cover, red sprayed edges, and I was like, okay, I mean, this is gonna happen, you know? I make great choices. I don't know what to tell you. I got one other book for my Barnes trip, and this one is what I'm here to talk to you about today. But it is The Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Lori Gilmore. And as you can see, I've got my little bookmark in her because I've been reading her. And also, I think this is very fitting. So let me just show this off real quick. I have the Stars Hollow bookmark for the Autumn Festival, because like this book is supposed to be just like Gilmore Girls. So as you can see behind me, I am ready for Christmas already. By the time it starts getting unbearably cold for me, which is below 60 degrees, and I don't get to see any of the pretty fall foliage, I'm ready for Christmas. So I decorated my house this past weekend, and that is a little part of getting into the Christmas mindset. And I also need to get into the Christmas mindset of the books that I'm reading. And you might be saying, the Pumpkin Spice Cafe is not the Christmas mindset. It's literally the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. Yes, here's what we're doing today. You see, I need a slow transition into it, I say as I have my twinkling tree up behind me. But I did just come off of some spooky books, some heavier books And I think that I just need a couple of light reads to transition me into where we're gonna be. And even though, you know, I'm gonna ultimately be reading a holiday romance by the end of this video, I'm not just gonna read holiday books for the entirety of December, because that's just not how I feel right now. I might read some others, but I kind of just read how I want to read because I am truly a mood reader. But for this vlog specifically, we're going to transition from a true holiday romance, I guess, in the sense of a fall holiday romance, to a true winter holiday romance. And I'll put it right here because I don't actually have the physical book of Love Light Farms. So I'm gonna be reading the Pumpkin Spice Cafe this week, which I have started, and it's cutesy and moving very fast, and I'm only on page 43. And then I'm gonna be reading Love Light Farms this week, so that it's like, you know, I go from fall to Christmas, just like my brain. And I don't know like anything about Love Light Farms. I just was kind of looking at very recommended holiday romances, and that was one of the top ones, so I wanted to give it a shot. But as far as I know from Pumpkin Spice Cafe, also highly recommended, very oversaturated in the market right now because everybody and their mother is reading this book. But I've heard all of the things. I've heard that it's not as good as everybody makes it out to be. I've heard that it is as good as everybody makes it out to be. I've heard that the Cinnamon Bun bookstore is better. I've heard that this is just like Gilmore Girls. And whether or not this is gonna be a good book or a bad book, overhyped, underhyped, I don't know. I haven't gotten that far yet. I do have to say it is going very fast. I'm not sure why these two people are falling in love already, but it's happening, and I'm on page 43. I will say when I checked out at Barnes & Noble, the cashier told me that it was worth the hype. So I guess I'll tell you by the end of the video if she was lying to me or not. Dark because, you know, it's like 4:30, but I have stuff that I need to talk to you guys about, okay? So just stick with this lighting for a little bit. It's actually been a while since I last talked to you. Like, we're talking a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, because your girl got depressed again and was not filming, was not editing, was not doing anything except laying on the couch. But I was reading. I finished the Pumpkin Spice Cafe a few days ago, a couple days ago. I don't know what day it is. And I have some thoughts that I need to share with you. I can't remember if I said this, but when I got this at Barnes & Noble, the employee told me that I would not be disappointed, that it was worth the hype. And I'm here to tell you that your girl got lied to. Okay, I'm not gonna go overboard on this. I'm not gonna go overboard on the hate because I did give this 2.5 stars. I'm not saying I would never read this again. I just personally did not love this book. I do think that people hate on this book a lot when it's one of those things where it's like, you should have known what you were getting into, if that makes sense. I feel like I knew what I was getting into when I decided to pick up this book. The cover, the TikTok ability. This is like Hallmark but make it fall. So with that in mind, I was going into it expecting that the story wasn't gonna make too much sense. I was expecting that the romance was just gonna be there because it had to be there. And that is what happened. This book is like perfect if you want vibes and only vibes. And I'm talking Gilmore Girls vibes. This felt like so this truly felt like a Gilmore Girls fan fiction, even though the characters were not Luke and Lorelai. They were Luke and Lorelai, just like younger and a little different. Like, it's Grumpy Sunshine, small town, cozy vibes, like this. I don't know, it's just, really? It was what it promised to be. Personally, why I gave it 2.5 stars is because there was an insta-love trope, which I didn't love. I did not insta-love it because, like, I guess I just don't get it. I felt like there was very little substance to the relationship that we were following because these two people saw each other and instantly just were like, okay, hot. We literally are just putting two hot people in a room and saying that's a relationship. I also would have liked a little more dimensions to the characters. I feel like, you know, we tried to get there with explaining their flaws, with explaining their past relationships, but we really didn't get there. We almost got there, but we didn't. We didn't cross that line into getting there. So, because of that, the Pumpkin Spice Cafe got 2.5 stars. I will say I do intend on continuing the series because pretty much everybody that I know who has read this book, that I know personally, has enjoyed the second installment, the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, more than the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. So, because of that, I feel like I need to continue on with that. So, that's what I plan to do. But for now, I have moved on to Love Light Farms, and because it's been so long since I've talked to you, I am like over 50% of the way done with that book, and I have to say I'm enjoying it a lot more. Love Light Farms is my holiday read, my specifically Christmas themed read, and I was super excited about it, and it has not disappointed me so far. I'm obsessed with the romantic characters, and yeah, I don't know, I think that I don't know, I think that characters that have a past with each other are just what's doing it for me. So maybe that's just a me thing. Maybe this is a me flaw. Maybe you'll love the Pumpkin Spice Cafe because you love insta love, but not me. All right, I'm gonna get cozy because it's all snowy and obviously dark outside, and I'm going to continue reading Love Light Farms, and I will get back to you on that soon.